hit the jackpot again on a good location to come film. This park, as you can see, all green behind me, and then behind me here you have the river, and I think right there in the distance is the city. Great. And look, there's barely any people here. Whenever I see a group of photographers just walking freely taking photos in Buenos Aires, I know the area is pretty safe. As always, I will leave a link down in the description so you guys can come visit this location if you ever do decide to come visit Buenos Aires. I've said it before and I'll say it again, if there's one thing that I miss about living in California was being next to the ocean, and anytime I have the chance to get next to water, I take it. So this location for me is key. But today we are not here to talk about this location. Today we are here to talk about another paranormal subject that I have been trying to figure out and break down for this video for a while. And it seems like I'm just gonna have to wing it and give you guys my personal opinion on this. Today we're gonna be talking about the Men in Black. No, we are not talking about the 90s film starring Will Smith, which is actually a great film.
Second Lieutenant Jake Jensen, West Point, graduate with honors. We're here because you're looking for the best of the best of the best, sir.
What's so funny, Edwards?
Your boy Captain America over here. The best of the best of the best, sir. With honors. You know, he's just really excited and he has no clue why we're here.
On a side note, Will Smith's outfits in the Men in Black movie, the first one, were on point 100%. I'm talking colors were popping. It was cool. I liked it. Now, in the films, the Men in Black were depicted as sort of the heroes of the story, the intergalactic police protecting the Earth. But in the stories and the legends, there seems to be a very different vibe. So of course, as always, I've come out at a strange time of the day and the sun is coming in hard, so I've got a cheap little filter on here that should help out with this, but if I get a little dark at times, sorry about that. So the legends are actually very different than the film that we were shown. They're a bit more creepy, they're a bit more dark. It doesn't seem like they're as funny as Will Smith. So how does one come into contact with the Men in Black? Now, the stories and the legends claim that if you see a UFO or an alien or anything really surrounding aliens, you witness something that you're not supposed to, they come and pay you a visit. And normally that visit ends up with them scaring you half to death and making you not talk about what you saw or what you experienced. So the people that have come into contact with the Men in Black have described them, and the descriptions are pretty weird and strange. The first thing most people say is that their skin is a bit paler or plasticky looking. The second thing is that they don't have lips. They have like slits for mouths and ruby red lips. Now when I say ruby red lips, I'm referring to lipstick. It's almost as if they have lipstick on. Another prominent feature that stands out in these encounters is that the Men in Black don't seem to fit in. They have strange speech patterns and they have strange tones, almost robotic, and they are lacking emotion. There's actually a case where one of these beings or entities actually said that he was running low on battery and started acting almost like a robot running out of battery. They move sluggishly and almost zombie-like. Check this thing out, guys. Part of the reason why I came here was because of this art piece. I definitely think that this looks like something out of a sci-fi film. So the first thing I think that we should stop doing is calling them men in black, because it seems like these things are some kind of being, entity, or even artificial intelligence. Now, I personally believe what makes this topic so hard to classify or to pinpoint is that we have no idea what is behind the UFO phenomenon. So whatever is behind the phenomenon would probably be linked to the men in black, in the sense of whatever they are would probably be what's piloting the craft. So we basically have four options. The first option is that the experiencer is confabulating the whole thing. His experience that he had seeing the UFO or coming into contact, and then coming into contact with the men in black. Second option. Now this is where the options are going to get a little more wild and a little more crazy. Second option. Seeing as people claim that it looks like their skin is plastic, or their skin looks almost fake and too pale to be real human skin. It could be some sort of being in, here we go, like a human suit, almost like the first Men in Black film. You remember the big cockroach monster that was in like a human's body? Basically the same concept. Now the third option, these could be interdimensional beings, and we could be seeing something that actually isn't real, or we could be experiencing or coming into contact with something from another dimension, something from a different plane that knows how to manipulate us and let us see what we want to see, and it isn't doing it 100% correctly. So the fourth option, seeing as some of the experiencers have said that they were almost robotic in the way that they moved and the way that they responded and the way that they talked, maybe they're actually androids or some sort of robot drone that is sent out to silence the experiencer. I know, all the options seem pretty wild and pretty crazy, but as always, in these videos and on this channel, the concepts get pretty wild and pretty crazy. So I'm gonna be 100% honest with you guys. Sometimes I make these videos and I come out of them believing a little less than I did when I first started the video. I thought I was gonna find a lot more evidence on the internet, photos, videos, you name it. Now maybe ever since the internet came along, these guys have been out of a job, seeing as the phenomenon is alive. You know, people are filming it, people are seeing it. The people that believe in this is global. The concept is open. Maybe they don't have to go scare people into not talking about what they saw anymore. I'm not sure if I'm expressing myself correctly, but what I'm trying to kind of say is, like, at the time that they were scaring people and showing up, they had to do that because our society or our species or whatever wasn't ready for it. And this whole disclosure, this whole showing themselves to us, is something that they've been planning and processing for long periods of time. Can you guys see that guy out there? What is that? I think it's a statue, but that is weird. It's the Men in Black. Something that I just thought of, what if Will Smith or Tommy Lee Jones came into contact with the Men in Black after making the film? So what do you guys think? Let me know down in the comments what you believe. Are the Men in Black real? Have you ever come into contact with the Men in Black? Do you have any footage or video that you want to share with me? And as always, guys, remember, the paranormal is normal.